There is only one thing in this world that is more beautiful than the scene before you. Boom. This folding knife right here. And guys, thank you for watching The Knife Whisperer. And remember, I love you.
Well, hello, boys and girls. Knife Whisperer here. And you know what today is. Come on now. Knife Confessions, number 10. 10. So, what is my confession for today? Now, this is kind of a weird one, but it's always been there, and I'm surprised it hasn't come out yet until now. And it actually is weird that I'm as into knives as I am because of this confession I am going to tell you. Now, I have a decent amount of pain tolerance. I got in a car accident when I was 19 and I destroyed my pelvis. And I needed a hip replacement I'm about 10 years overdue. So I walk around like I got a peg leg. You know, it's horrible. I'm in pain every day. But I deal with it. It sucks, but whatever. A lot of it's my own fault. You know, pretty much all of it's my own fault. I should have had it done by now, and the reason that I got in the accident was my fault. But that's another story for another time. But I have a decent pain tolerance. Obviously, I'm into knives. I have been for a while. Love playing with them. Actually, the big reason I buy knives is to fidget and to collect them. And I use them once in a great while. You know, I just really don't. Whenever I really need a knife, I guess I don't. I just sometimes I forget I even have a pocket knife, and I'll just look for a kitchen knife or wherever I'm at, or scissors or whatever. It's weird. I don't know. But anyways, so today in the car this morning on my way to work, I was fidgeting with the Kapara sent to me from Kyle, DTOM Knives and Gear. And as I'm fidgeting with this knife, this is a compression lock. Now, I haven't had a compression lock in a long time. I had a paramilitary too a few times, but I sold them both. And so I'm playing with it in the car. And the Kapara is very thin up here, so you only have a little bit to grab. So as I'm grabbing like this, you know, I'm flipping it down. Just, you know, driving, blah, 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 flipping it down. But the way that I was holding it is like this. As you can see, I have a band-aid on my finger. So my finger was like this when I slammed it down, and bang, it bit me, and it bit me good. Now, this is where this whole pain tolerance thing comes into play, and kind of weirdness of me liking knives because they're a bladed object. I have, since I can remember, never been able to deal with getting cut. Now, even when I was a kid to an adult now, whatever, it makes instantly, like, makes my stomach like, ugh, like that feeling of you're gonna throw up. So instantly when I did it, I was like, oh shit, I'm driving down the road. I could feel myself turning pale. So I had to pull over this morning. Luckily, I had a Band-Aid in the car. And you know what, it's not that bad. And you know, it's not like I need stitches or anything, but I was bleeding pretty good. And I had to, no lie, I had to sit on the side of the road this morning for about 10 minutes before I felt fine enough to drive. Weird. Like, I can deal with a lot of things, but just a little cut. And I just, like, my body just shuts down on me and just, like, doesn't know what's going on. And I get sick. Actually, one time when I was at work, I told you a while back about the story of my stepdad using my knife and whatnot. We used to make pizzas, and I was opening a pizza can for the sauce, and I took a knife to pry it out because it was like kind of stuck. And when the lid popped open, it got my finger, and I had, of course, had rubber gloves on because I'm making pizzas. Instantly, I was like, oh, I knew I got myself good, and it was jagged. And I could see the tip of it filling up with blood. And I just about passed out. And it was a Friday night at like 5, 6 o'clock. We were packed with people. So I had to go up to the register in front of like probably like 30, 40 people and just be like, oh, I cut myself. And I was like, oh, come on, just whatever, rip it and go back to work. I'm like, no, really, I cut myself. And I showed it and he's like, oh, that's bad. And I was like, oh my God, how bad? And I had to go sit out back on a milk crate for like half an hour, 45 minutes before I could get a ride to the ER to get stitches. And of course, in the ER, I sat there for another hour, white as a ghost. And, you know, it's just one of those weird things, guys. Now, usually when somebody is afraid of something, they will avoid it. And I know very well that knives are sharp. They're made to cut things. They can cut you, especially when you like to play with them, when you're not even using them to cut. You're not even using it as a tool. You're just playing with the thing. Of course it's going to cut you. So why do I do it? Why? Like, if somebody's afraid of the water, they avoid it. They don't go swimming. You know, if somebody's afraid of bees, they see it and they run. But, you know, I know what knives are. They cut. But I'm not afraid of them. I run towards them. So to me, that's just kind of weird. Do you guys, are any of you like, have like a weird like phobia of cutting yourself? Like, even if I watch a movie, I can see a guy get his arm cut off with a chainsaw and watch the whole thing. But if I see somebody with like just getting like sliced with a razor blade or whatever, if they're just digging out like a bullet, when a knife or a blade or sharp object comes in contact with the skin, it makes me want to pass out. And it's been like that since the day I can remember. So this whole loving knives and playing with them is, I honestly, I'm surprised I just never even thought about this before. This should have been my first confession, you know, because why am I so into them? I don't know, guys. It's one of the world's great mysteries, and maybe you can help figure it out for me, because I have no idea. And me and the Kapara now are best buddies. So how does that saying go? The knife isn't truly yours until it bites you. Well, this knife isn't mine, but I love this knife, and I have been trying to see if Kyle wanted to do a trade. So it would be a pity to see this thing kind of go back. You know, that me and this Kapara here have a bond now. You know, it spilt my blood. I did clean it, Kyle. Don't worry, it's all disinfected. You know, I don't have AIDS, and at least I don't think I do. But anyways, guys, that's my confession today. I am scared of cutting myself, but at the same time, I like to live life on the edge, apparently, and play with something that could cut me at any second. What do you guys think? Am I crazy? Obviously, I'm a little crazy. I think you guys have figured that out by now. But you love me either way, right? I hope so, because I love you. Here's our goodbye flex. Man, I need to get some carbs. This thing looking a little flat today, bro. Knife Whisperer loves you long time. Hugs. And this has been Knife Confessions number 10. Knife Whisperer out.